What is going on with Sean O'Malley? The former bantamweight champion just had one of the weirdest face-offs we've seen in a while, and it's got everyone talking. Let's break down what happened at the UFC 320 for seasonal press conference. So, Suga Sean is making his return to the octagon, but this time, it's a little different. After years of headlining events and fighting in 5-round title bouts, he's on the undercard for a 3-round fight against the seriously tough Song Yadong. Song is currently ranked number 5 in the division and is coming in hot with 3 wins in his last 4 fights. This matchup is huge. And everyone was expecting some classic O'Malley fireworks at the press conference. But what we got was, well, not that. The press conference in Las Vegas was surprisingly low-key. O'Malley, who is usually one of the most charismatic and outspoken fighters on the entire roster, was uncharacteristically quiet. He did mention he was excited about only having to fight 3 rounds for a change, but other than that, he was pretty subdued. He brought back one of his signature colorful hairstyles, but even that felt a bit muted compared to his usual over-the-top looks, especially after the big changes he made before his rematch with Dvalishvili earlier this year. The whole thing was kind of lackluster, and fans were starting to wonder if Suga had lost his spark. But then, it was time for the face-offs. This is where O'Malley usually shines, using his mind games and unique personality to get under his opponent's skin. He and Song Yadong briefly left the stage while it was being set up. When they returned for the staredown, O'Malley had a little surprise. He was wearing a surgical mask, just a plain, simple surgical mask covering his face. Everyone, from the fans watching at home to Dana White standing between them, and even Song Yadong himself, seemed completely baffled. What was he doing? Was it a joke? A statement? Song Yadong looked more confused than intimidated, just staring at O'Malley, who stood there silently behind the mask. The moment was so bizarre and unexpected that it instantly became the main talking point of the entire event. After the press conference, the reactions started pouring in online. Song Yadong had a pretty hilarious take on it. He went on social media and wrote, "O'Malley, grabbing a COVID mask is a throwback to the only stretch of his career when people liked him. That's a solid burn right there," referencing the apex era of the UFC. The fan reaction was incredibly divided. On one hand, you had a lot of people who found it absolutely hysterical. The comment sections were flooded with laughing emojis and memes. They saw it as classic O'Malley, trolling a weird, unpredictable stunt designed to get people talking. And let's be honest, it worked perfectly. People were saying it was a genius move to cap off an otherwise boring press event. However, there was another side to it. Some fans were genuinely offended by the stunt. They viewed it as a disrespectful and potentially racially insensitive gesture, given his opponent's heritage and the global context of mask wearing over the past few years. The debate online got pretty heated. One user commented, "Wearing a surgical mask is racist now. Holy smokes, people get dumber by the day," which just shows how split the opinions were. So, what do we make of all this? Was it a calculated mind game from a master showman? Was it a poorly thought-out joke that missed the mark? Or was it just Sean being Sean, doing something weird for the sake of being weird? O'Malley is known for his eccentric behavior. It's part of his brand. He's built a massive following by being different, by being unpredictable. And this stunt, for better or for worse, was peak unpredictability. It's fascinating because he managed to steal all the headlines without saying much at all. In a sport where trash talk is king, O'Malley created a massive conversation with a single prop. It leaves us with so many questions leading into their fight. Is O'Malley's head in the game? Is he taking Song Yadong seriously? Or is this all part of a larger psychological strategy to throw his opponent off balance before they even step into the cage? One thing is for sure, whether you loved it or hated it, you're talking about it. And in the fight game, getting people to talk is half the battle. Now, all eyes are on UFC 324 to see if Suga, Sean can back up his strange antics with a performance in the octagon, or if Song Yadong will have the last laugh. What did you think of the masked face-off? Was it funny, offensive, or just plain weird? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you want more UFC breakdowns and news, make sure to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.